Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're getting into something incredibly important. We're talking about a hidden danger that, honestly, could be lurking inside your walls, right behind your TV, or even in the palm of your hand. We are diving deep into electrical fire safety.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Is the biggest fire risk in your entire home hiding in plain sight? I know, it's a kind of startling question, right? But it's one we have to ask. The very system that powers our lives can also be one of the biggest threats, and the scary part is, it's often invisible, until it's way too late.
And look, this isn't just a guess. The Bureau of Fire Protection puts it right out there. They confirm that electrical problems are a top cause of really devastating fires. All that amazing convenience we get from electricity, well, it comes with a pretty serious responsibility to understand the risk.
Okay, so let's get into it. To really protect ourselves and our homes, we have to know what we're up against. So what are the actual things that cause these fires? What are the common culprits?
When you look at this list, what's wild is how normal it all seems. You know, wiring that's gotten old or maybe chewed on by pests, that power strip behind the desk that looks like a spider, that classic octopus connection, or that old microwave that's been flickering for a while. Every single one of these is a potential fire starter. Just wait.
Now, all of those things are definitely critical, but there is one specific, really high-risk mistake that tons of people make, and they don't even realize how much danger they're putting themselves in.
Okay, so here's the whole problem in one picture. See the wire on the left? That's standard PDX wire. It's tough, it's rated to be safely tucked away inside your walls for years. Now look at the one on the right. We all know that one, right? The common flat cord. Here's the deal. That's only for temporary use, like plugging in a lamp. Using that flimsy thing for permanent wiring is a massive, massive fire hazard. It just can't handle the heat or the load. It's literally like building your house on a foundation made of sand.
So the big question is, how can you even know if there's a problem brewing? Well, the good news is, your house will often give you clues. You just have to learn the language. Think of yourself as an electrical detective in your own home.
This quote right here really gets to the heart of it all. Your single most powerful tool is just awareness. If you can learn to spot these little telltale signs, you can shut down a problem long before it ever thinks about becoming a disaster.
Honestly, your own senses are the best smoke alarm you have. If you smell something, that weird, sharp smell of burning plastic near an outlet, that's a huge red flag. If a light switch feels warm when you touch it, don't just ignore that. Brownish marks on an outlet, little sparks when you plug something in, or lights that flicker all the time, that's not normal. And that circuit breaker that keeps tripping, that's not an annoyance. That's your house screaming at you that it's overloaded.
Okay, now we have to shift gears, and this is serious. We've talked about spotting the signs, but what do you do if the worst actually happens? What's the plan if a fire really starts? Knowing what to do in that moment, in the heat of it, it can absolutely save lives.
Okay, listen up. This is probably the most critical piece of information in this whole explainer, and I can't say it enough. Do not use water on an electrical fire. I know, your gut instinct is to grab a bucket of water, but water conducts electricity. You could get electrocuted, and you will make a terrifying situation a million times worse. So here's your 4-step plan. Number 1, alert, yell, make noise, get everyone out of the house. That is priority number 1. 2, disconnect, and only if it is 100% safe to do so, get to your main breaker and shut off all the power. 3, suppress. Only, and I mean only, try to fight it if the fire is tiny and you have a clear, easy path to get out. And 4, evacuate and call. Get out, stay out, and call for help from outside. Your stuff can be replaced, you can't.
Now, if you do make that split-second call to try and suppress a small fire, you have to use the right tool. An electrical fire is what's called a Class C fire. Just think C for current. You need an extinguisher that's rated Class C, or one of those multi-purpose ones. A heavy, non-flammable blanket can also work to smother the flames, and believe it or not, for a really tiny fire like just in an outlet, even a good dump of baking soda can work.
All right, we've gone through the worst-case scenario. Now let's circle back to the most powerful strategy we have, prevention. It's time to build an electrical fortress in your home, and we're going to do it with a simple checklist.
This right here is the whole philosophy.
I mean, reacting to a fire is one thing, but creating a home where a fire is far less likely to ever start in the first place, that is what true safety is all about. And you totally have the power to do that.
This is your everyday playbook. These are simple habits. Unplug the toaster. Keep stacks of paper away from outlets. Toss out that phone charger with the wires showing. And please, never run cords under a rug where they can get crushed and overheat. And again, resist the octopus. If you need more outlets, just call a pro. It's the safest way.
Now this chart looks a bit technical, but it is a perfect example of why you hire a professional. See how the wire size has to match the breaker's rating? A 30-amp circuit needs a much thicker wire than a 15-amp one. If that wire is too thin for the amount of power flowing through it, it's going to get hot, melt its coating, and, well, you know what happens next. An electrician makes sure this balance is perfect, creating a system that's built for safety.
At the end of the day, it really all comes down to this. Electricity is an incredible servant. It does so much for us, but you have to respect it. When you maintain it, it serves you well. But if you neglect it, it can become an incredibly dangerous master.
And so, that brings us right back to you. After all this, your family's safety really is in your hands. So I want you to look around your home, maybe even right now. What's the one thing you can check or unplug or change today to make your home just a little bit safer? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.